Hi students, welcome to NIRS Education. So as we are discussing the lesson natural resources, so we are moving with the concept of the biogeochemical cycles. So in the yesterday's class we have seen the water cycle. Regarding that, global water cycle and biological water cycle we are discussing. So the global water cycle means the water cycle that is not connected with the living things but which is rotating in the nature with the non-living aspects. So the water which is going to rotate in the atmosphere and that is going to evaporate, which is going to form into the clouds, and again it will fall in the form of rain. So by the use of or by the effect of the sunlight, the water is going to convert into the different forms and rotating in the nature. But the second concept is biological water cycle. So the organisms comes in contact with the water in this kind of the water cycle. So the organisms get water from and return it to the global water cycle. So the organisms get the water from the environment and they will return to the environment. So plants absorb the water from the soil and or the water reservoirs, and it is going to repeat into the reservoirs in the different forms. So the plants absorb the water from the soil and add it to the air in the vapor form by the process of the transpiration. Water transpired by the trees cools the surrounding air and plays an important role in determining the microclimate around them. So by the process of the transpiration, whatever the vapors are going to form, so they will maintain the constant temperature, they will maintain the humidity, they will maintain the coolness in the air, and the animal take the water from the water bodies or by the plants in the form of food, so they will return it to the air or to the environment as the vapors by the process of respiration, or to the soil in the form of the fluid by the process of the excretion. So like many examples are there, like the mammals, they also excrete water as sweat or which evaporates from their bodies. Water is also added to the environment by the death of the organisms by their decaying process. So water vapors formed by the transpiration and respiration, and it will forms the cloud and enter the global water cycle also. So the rain adds the water to the soil and reservoirs for reuse of the plants and animals. So like this only, the water is going to rotate in the nitrogen in the atmosphere in a cyclic manner. So In this picture clearly we can confirm that how the water is going to rotate in the cyclic manner in the atmosphere. So these are the water surfaces or the water reservoirs. By the heat of the sun they will evaporate and they will form the clouds, and clouds will fall down in the form of the rain, and that rainwater that will flow down into the downwards, and it will again stores. At that time the animals, the plants, they will utilize the water and they will transpirate, they will respirate. So like that only, again it will be by the process of transpiration, by the process of respiration, some amount of water vapors they will go to the atmosphere and again they will join the clouds. So here by the energy of the sun, the heat is going to evaporate the surface water, and that is going to evaporate again, they will form the clouds and again it will reach the ground. So this rotation of the water from the environment and to the environment is nothing but the water cycle. The cyclic movement of the water in the environment is nothing but what we called the water cycle. So this is we are going to divide into the two portions, that is the global water cycle and biological water cycle. Global water cycle means it is going to rotate within the atmosphere without the connection of the living things, that is like the plants and animals. And the biological water cycle, that is comes under the plants and animals activities, the utilization of water by the plants and animals or the living things. So that will rotate in the atmosphere in the different forms, and that will be evaporate and that will rotates. So that this the movement of the water in the environment in the cyclic manner, that is called the water cycle. Hope it is clear. If you have any doubts regarding this one, you can send the messages to my WhatsApp number. Thank you and have a nice day.